Hi everybody, so today I'm going to do a different type of video. I know most of my videos are beauty related, but I wanted to do this type of video and share with you what happened to me this month and how it went for me exactly. So this month it was just normal. Like first I was just going to work every day, and I don't know, just one day I just started not feeling very well. Like really sick. Like my stomach was really hurting me, and I was like, this does not feel right. I thought it was like food poisoning, and I just tried to, just lay down and try to go to sleep and feel better, but I just did not feel good at all. So I was just really scared, and I tried like taking medicine to help my stomach, like Pepto-Bismol type of stuff, and it was just not happening. So I just couldn't take it anymore. I was just in so much pain. It was just awful. So I just went to the ER because I just felt like really sick, and I was really scared. And so anyways, I just went to the ER, and I was just really freaking out because I've always had a phobia of ERs and like surgeries and all that stuff. I've always had a phobia over it. There's people that are scared of like silly things like, well, a lot of people are scared of spiders, and I'm kind of scared of them too, but there's just a lot of, if you ever in school read that, like in my school they had like this thing you study of certain phobias people have, like people that don't like to be in closed areas and stuff like that. I'm kind of like that, but not to the extreme, I guess you could say. And there's people that are afraid of heights, but you know what I mean, stuff like that. But anyways, I went there, and I was just really terrified out of my mind. It was just a really scary experience for me. So anyways, I'm there, and then they tell me, they ask me all kinds of questions about my pain and all that. And so eventually I just started to freak out because they tell me, I need to get dressed in something else, like the gown. And I don't know, because when I think of those hospital gowns, I think about, oh, bad things, So I was just kind of scared, and so I put on the gown, and I waited, and they did tests on me to see what was wrong, because it was just really bad pain in like the middle of my stomach. And they made me drink like this stuff that's like, it was Maalox and some sort of like pain reliever in it. And that was really gross. It was like really thick. And it just was not, and it was like chalky. It was gross, but it did help my stomach feel better a little bit. And then they had, like a few minutes later, they had me drink like this raspberry water. I don't like anything raspberry flavored, so I'm like, oh no, I don't want this. But it was like raspberry water, and then they put another type of thing to be able to see with the CAT scans better or something like that. I'm not sure what it's called. And anyways, yeah, I just waited and waited. So it was like 3 hours, and it was just really bad because I was just there worrying that I'm gonna die or I'm gonna have to get surgery, because I've always been, it's a phobia of mine just to get surgeries. Always been terrified of that. It's because, like I said, surgery's always been a phobia of mine. Just staying in hospitals in general, all that, just always been a phobia of mine. I've always been so scared of it. I would even worry sometimes, oh no, am I sick and I have to go to the hospital and have surgery, I was just always really scared of that. So it was just really hard for me to be sitting there getting tested on for 3 hours, and then they would come back, because they're busy with other people, I understand, but it was like, I gotta know. It's just, so I just tried to fall asleep as much as I can. I think something made me sleepy, well, because I was up all night in pain, so I was pretty much really sleepy, and it's just, oh, it was bad. So anyways, 3 hours later, after they do a million tests, and the CAT scan thing freaked me out too. I didn't like that. It was like a full-on scan. I went through this machine. I didn't like that at all. It was really creepy. And then I can't look at them when they get the blood and then put the IV in there. So I was like, oh, I just like looked away like that. And I didn't like the feeling. I just never like, I mean, needles are fine. I don't mind getting shots. I just don't look at it, and I'm fine. So anyways, I just wait, and finally they tell me, oh, well, you have to have surgery for appendicitis. You have appendicitis. And I'm like, oh my gosh, I was just freaking out. I was really scared, because I've always been scared of like going to sleep, they put you to sleep. I've always been terrified of that. It's just all the surgery in general, just always been scared. I've always scared I'm never going to wake up again, and all that stuff was just really, really, I was thinking about all that stuff, and once they told me that I have to have surgery, I was really, really scared, and I didn't like that the doctor said it with a smile on her face. "Oh, you have appendicitis." It's like, thanks a lot, lady. Just like she said it happily, and it's like, I'm not happy you said that, so why do you look happy? I don't know, it's just how I felt. So they're just like, oh, you have to get it done. And so they're like, okay, you can get it done right at 2 o'clock. And it was like noon, so I'm like dreading it. And I'm just crying, so I'm really, really scared. So I cry, of course, when I'm really, really scared. And it was just really, really bad. I just try to sleep it away, and then once they start getting me prepped for the surgery, and I'm just really, really freaking out. I don't know how to calm myself down. I cried probably for like I cried until they took me to the surgery room. I was so scared. I've just always been terrified of that, so it just was very, very frightening for me. And then luckily enough, they knew I was so scared, so they gave me something to make me relax and not be so scared, and then that helped. So I think they gave me like 2 different things to help me relax. I mean, I wasn't looking like a weirdo screaming or anything, but I was just really crying, and people were staring at me, and I was really, really embarrassed. I even felt kind of embarrassed to tell people because, you know, they think I'm a scaredy cat and weak and, you know, stuff like that. I remember being really, really scared when I just was laying there getting ready, and then they're just putting all this stuff, and they gave me shots of my stomach. I didn't like that. Ugh. And so they say, you know, you'll be alright, because they gave me something to calm me down. And I think I stopped crying a little bit. But I was really scared. I remember them taking me back, and I've seen the doors to the operating room, and then I see inside the operating room, and then I remember them putting me on the operating table. And then I think that's all. And I remember there was a lot of people around me before it started, of course. Yeah, and I just remember them like lifting me, I think, and that's it. And I might remember someone saying breathe or something. That's it. That's all I remember. It's like all a blur. It's like what they gave me before kind of like made me fall asleep, which is good because I didn't want to even remember them like knocking me out completely. I don't know how to tell it, but you know, I didn't want to remember them giving me more stuff to make me fall asleep. It's just that was just scary for me to remember something like that. Because, you know, they always show that in the movies, you know, like breathe or, you know, like stuff like that. Yeah, I didn't remember anything. And I woke up and I just look around. It was really weird. And I wake up and I see, it did seem super, super bright. And I look around and I thought I was going to wake up and be like, super scared and say, where's Brian, where's Brian, you know, where's my boyfriend, where is he, you know, because he was there the whole time with me, and then he like slept overnight with me. It was really nice. He was really supportive and nice. I'm lucky to have him. But I remember waking up, and I think I remember maybe them sliding the curtain open woke me up, but I remember waking up and I did feel that feeling of where am I? I didn't know where I was. And then I don't remember what they said to me, but they said something. I don't remember. Maybe they asked me my date of birth. I'm not sure. But that's all I remember is just looking around like, oh, what's going on? I don't know. And then I remember being super happy. And then I think I remember somebody talking about a book, or maybe I was dreaming. I don't know. But I remember something. I remember some things, but then some things I can't piece together what it was. It's kind of weird. It's really weird. It's like you had kind of like a memory loss. It's really, really weird. And so I wake up and I'm just super, super happy. Like I just feel really happy and like I'm not freaked out at all. That's what I was afraid of too. I was getting surgeries, waking up and being like all panicky and looked like a weirdo, you know? Because I thought I was going to be that scared, but now I was just super happy and calm, and it was interesting. And then I do not remember what the lady looked like. I don't. I just remember, I'm trying to think what she was doing. I think she got me, you know, ice chips and said if I want some. And I remember saying, yeah, I want ice chips. And then I woke up. I didn't want, it was weird. I was kind of scared to look at my incisions, so I never lifted up to look at my incisions for the longest time. I was very creeped out to look because I don't like cuts like that. And so I have like 3. I have one inside my belly button, like on the top of it, and then I have one on the side of my stomach, and then I have one a little bit below, like by my and then I have another one that's a little bit like where my underwear sits, like the top of it. So it's like, you know, if you're wearing a bikini, it's like by the lower hip, I guess you could call it. Yeah, stuff like that. So if I wore a bikini, you could probably see it, you know, with the scar there. Yeah, I just remember certain things. What's another thing? I remember something that's really funny is, it was interesting. I wake up, and I'm waking up still, and I guess she sees that my lips are chapped. So I guess over there at that hospital, I don't know if they do that all the time, but she put some chapstick on me. Well, it's like this Vaseline intensive like lip balm. It's kind of like, you know how Carmex and the squeeze tube is, but it's Vaseline. But yeah, she puts that on me, and I'm like, oh, that's nice. And I think I remember asking her what it is, and I think I remember talking slightly about lip glosses I like and lip balms. That's all. I think I started talking about that with her. But I don't remember what kind I was talking about, but that's what I just remember. Out of anything after, I remember that, talking about, what is that? Oh, and I like this, I like that. But yeah, I don't remember what she said to me after. I think I asked her, and she said it was Vaseline. I think that's all I remember her saying to me. But yeah, so it was pretty interesting. And so, you know, after that, they just took me eventually to my room, and I had to stay overnight at the hospital. I was kind of creeped out about that. I've always had the creeps about staying overnight in hospitals. I don't like it. And that was okay. I just slept a lot, and I did have pain. I had to get help to get up because I really couldn't walk. I barely started to walk a lot on my own, and it's the 3rd week because I had my surgery 3 weeks ago, a little over 3 weeks ago, because it was August 31st. I was so sad because me and my boyfriend were going to a wedding the next morning, and I couldn't go, and I already planned my outfit, and I was thinking of my makeup I was gonna wear and stuff like that, and I couldn't go. It was so sad. You know, I wanted to go because it sounded like fun, and it's always fun to dress up. So that was sad. So, you know, I was stuck in the hospital for like a day and a half, and I could not get up on my own. I had to get help. I had to get help to get anywhere for like a week and a half, almost about 2 weeks. I was stuck. So I was just watching TV at home, and it's just like I couldn't even be on my feet. Now, I know they say you're supposed to walk around a lot, but it was really hard for me to walk around without pain because you have a lot of pain down here. And also, you just feel like when I got my surgery, like a day later, I looked like I was like pregnant. My stomach was so swollen, and it was just awful. I just felt like I looked pregnant. So it was kind of good I got to stay home then, you know, because it was just weird. It was like, oh man, my belly's big. And then it just hurt. I just couldn't do anything really. So I just was at home, and luckily my boyfriend Brian took care of me the whole time. So that really, really helped me because I just could not get up on my own for, like I said, like almost 2 weeks. It took me to actually be able to be on my feet, because even if I was on my feet, like I would try to make dinner and I would have to go sit down like every so minutes because it was just hard for me. Like I would feel just, I don't know, it's just my incisions. I still have pain when I put anything against me. Like the worst incision that hurts me still is the one in the middle, like on top of my belly button. That one still hurts me if I put pressure on it. So it's really difficult, and they told me some people it takes them longer to heal. So I think I'm one of those people it takes me longer to heal, because today I was just pressing, you know, just lifting something, and the pressure against my stomach, it doesn't feel good. So I have to kind of still be careful about that. But yeah, I was just out. I was out of work for like 3 weeks. It was not fun at all. Just how the overall experience, having to lay around all the time, that got boring. I mean, there's only so many movies you can watch where you don't get bored, and TV, and that's all I could really do because it hurt me to do anything. I was even struggling. They said, you know, after 2 weeks you should be able to lift anything. I couldn't even pick up my cat. Like just bending over like that to pick up my cat, which is really, my cat's really light, and it just really, really hurt. So yeah, it was tough, and I'm just really proud that I actually did it, because it's a phobia, and now I feel like I'm kind of over it. I mean, I probably still would be sad to do another surgery and be scared, but I'm not as scared, so I feel like I kind of overcome something in a way, so it's really nice to have that feeling. So I was just excited to tell you guys about it, because I like telling people about it, because it just makes me feel happy, like I said, that I overcame an obstacle that happens a lot every day to everybody. You know, a lot of people get surgery every day, so it's like, you know, I'm proud that I actually went through with it, and it was an interesting experience, and it wasn't as terrifying. I mean, I woke up okay, I was fine. I was kind of scared. Another thing I was kind of scared of is like, what if I have infected cuts, you know? So they told me that it's very possible I could get an infection, so to watch out for it and stuff like that. So I was like, it was just scary. I was scared of that, you know, realize how many muscles you use in that area, so it's really hard to do anything for a while. I mean, some people, I've started to feel like a weak person, because some people are like, oh, I got my appendix out and I was back in work in 3 days. I'm thinking, are you kidding me? That means I'm just a weak person, I guess. But no, the doctor told me it's just people heal differently. So, you know, it's just how it is. And some people it takes a month. Like me, it took almost a month pretty much. Well, yeah. Pretty much almost a month to heal up. And yeah, I still feel a little bit of pain, like I said. And it's still really hard for me to sleep, because I mostly sleep on my stomach sometimes. Or, well, not mostly, but I sleep on my sides. And then my stomach, I just switch it all up. So I couldn't sleep on my sides. I couldn't sleep on my stomach. So I really had struggled sleeping after a while. And I still kind of struggle to get in a comfortable position, because I end up rolling on my stomach and it hurts. I can't do that. If, like last night, I went to sleep and I fell asleep on my stomach, and I woke up and I felt sick. It's like pressure makes me feel sick. Like it makes me sick to my stomach, because it's hurting the incision, even though it should be almost, I don't know how long it takes to fully heal, but yeah, I can't sleep on my stomach, so that's still something I'm struggling with. Hopefully it'll get better soon. Yeah, I was happy that they didn't have to do, I heard that some people have had it done where they do a big incision on your stomach, and that it takes a longer time to heal. So I'm kind of glad that it did the 3 holes. They told me that they told me different procedures. They told me which one they might do. They said either the one across, I don't know what that was called, but the one that they did for me is called the laparoscopic. So it's just the 3 holes, and they said that's the one that doesn't take as long to heal, but for me it took a long time anyways. But I'm glad that they didn't have to do the big incision, because can you imagine the huge scar you would have and stuff like that? And it wouldn't have been fun. Yeah, and it was really hard for me. I don't know why I kind of had a phobia. Like, even though my incisions, you know, they were cleaned and I could leave the bandages off, I still put band-aids on them because I didn't want to look at them. I know it's kind of weird, but I was just freaked out by looking at them. So I would put band-aids on them. And I don't know, I just like doing that. I don't know. It just looked better for me. I didn't want to look at them. I was like, no, I don't like looking at those. So yeah, and then another pain I felt is my arm got real poofy from the IV, and then the procedure, they actually blow your stomach up with air, so I felt like real bloated and a lot of pressure, like on my, on the top of my stomach. Where I got most of my pain was on the sides and then the middle of my stomach, and I'm still struggling to maintain like a regular appetite. Like I still sometimes only eat half of my food, and they said that's normal, that your body's still trying to fix your digestive tract or something like that. So I still sometimes only eat half of stuff and I just feel nauseous. I can't eat anymore. It's like my stomach like gets, I don't know, just angry. So, but today and yesterday I've actually ate full meals so far, so that's good. And we'll see, because sometimes I get frustrated. I'm like, I want to eat more, I want to eat more. And, you know, because I'm still hungry, but then if I end up eating more until I'm full, I know some people say you're not supposed to eat till you're full, but, yeah, it's just, if I eat until I'm full, then I just feel really, like, it like makes a tight filling in my stomach, and it just, I don't know, it just bothers me. Like, I still can't eat normally. Like, yesterday and today were like the first days I actually ate like full meals and actually got full, you know, not just half my meal and then an hour later I'm hungry again, you know. I didn't drink pop or soda pop or Coca-Cola, whatever you call it, because I know a lot of people call it different things, but yeah, Coca-Cola, soda pop, and all that stuff, I could not drink any of that. I couldn't drink that for probably about almost 3 weeks. I could not drink any of it. It's like the carbonation or something bothered the insides, so it's just tough. It's still tough for me to drink cans of pop. It's like, I can drink the fountain drinks, like if I go out to eat and I get a fountain drink, I guess because it's not as carbonated, but otherwise the cans, I can't really finish a whole can anymore. But yeah, recovery for me is about, like I said, like 3 weeks. I'm on the 3rd week and I'm still kind of feeling, you know, some pain sometimes, and it's hard to get up back on your feet after being, you know, not really doing anything much because you couldn't. In a way, I guess I'm glad it happened, because now I'm like I said, I'm kind of over the phobia and it's not as terrifying to me. Like, if I had to have surgery again tomorrow, I would be very scared still, but not like terrified like I was. I think I would just say, you know, can you just give me something to calm me down again? And then I would say, oh, I think I'll be alright now. That I got over with, because I was always, it's funny, I was always worried that that was going to happen to me. That I was, you know, because you see TV shows and movies where like, oh, they got appendicitis, they have to get surgery, and I would always be worried about, what does that happen to me? You know, if I see it like on TV, it would remind me, I'm like, I hope that don't happen to me. And then it happens, so yeah. So I hope you enjoyed this vlog type video. I thought I would just share my experience with you, and hopefully it was helpful somewhat way for anybody. So thank you so much for watching and also listening to my story. And I will have more videos coming up soon. So thank you, everybody. Bye.